everybody, what up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a special guest with me. This might look like Angela, but it's not.
It's not her.
Who is she?
I is she? Still coming into her. But you guys can come up with a name if you want.
Yes.
I'm open to suggestions.
All right. Today we're gonna be doing a Q&A videos. We asked you guys, what questions do you guys want to know? What tea do you want to hear? What do y'all want to talk about? And we are about to answer it all right now.
I mean, some of y'all are out of pocket though.
Oh, I know.
Out of pocket.
No.
Okay, but we'll get to all of that.
All right. So do you want to like take turns and like ask the questions?
So
okay.
you can go.
Okay. Well, my first question that I got. What ethnicity is Angela? She looks so beautiful and exotic. I'm guessing because of the hair.
It's because of the hair. I'm not exotic. I'm white. I'm white. I'm Italian and Polish. Yeah. It's just, I'm just the whitest.
Italians, though. Listen. Let's have you right on the Jersey Shore, honey. Like,
wait, cheer. We didn't even show our mimosa. What we've been drinking all day, mind you. This is gonna be our thing. We're
cheers.
Time.
Drinks
Cheers.
with Cam and Angela.
Yeah, I'm white AF. Hope that answered your question.
Okay. I bet you get that a lot though.
I do. Nobody could ever guess. Nobody ever guesses Polish. Spill some tea on why Cam voted you in. Yeah, we all want to know.
Oh God. I'm so happy we're gonna be talking.
Me too.
Oh God, you're like, let me hear.
Me too. You know, let me just.
So
should I tie my hair up? Are we gonna get into?
When it comes to that vote, first of all, I was not targeting you. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was not no conspiracy to get her in. Like everything I've said to y'all. Like, I am girl power. Like, I wanted to see women thrive in the game. But from my plan, a lot. Absolutely, and I meant it. I wanted to make a move to just show people like. You know how it's a super male-dominated game. You've been in the game. Usually the guys run it. They won't even talk to us about politics if we beg them to. So I just wanted to show them, like, I can control all of y'all in this house and come up with my own plans, and y'all never want to include anybody in y'all's, and I can execute it perfectly on my own. So that's what it was about. I'm sorry.
And
like,
you did that.
I'm sorry. You had to be like that end of it. And honestly, if we did not have a redemption house that season, I would have voted in like not that y'all wasn't a strong team, because I do think y'all were, but I would have voted in a huge threat in that game for sure. Because I also had to think, all right, if I throw somebody in and piss them off, would I be okay if they came back for me? Like, who do I not want on my back? Because we had a redemption house. If we did not have a redemption house, girl, you would have been sitting pretty.
Yeah, for a minute too. Yeah. I mean, not that we weren't. I feel like me and Faith slid through the game. Like, unlike you, for your rookie season, you had it way harder than I did.
I was the first elimination of that season, the final reckoning.
You were.
Yeah,
and no one
catch a break. Yeah, like nobody called me. I'm like, what the hell?
You could not. But like, I feel like me and Faith had it a lot easier. We had to prove ourselves. I felt like I proved myself. In a way.
Yeah, girl, you was killing it because it was you versus Hunter and Ashley. You was going through the mall. I was. Oh no, I do not want my plan to backfire on me.
So like, I'm proud of myself with that.
I was not rooting for you, sis.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. And if Faith didn't get injured, maybe we would have made it. But it's fine. We're past that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh God, oh my God. Talk about when you's almost fought.
Do we have to? This is my most embarrassing moment.
That was the premiere of Final Reckoning.
It was.
So it was like we were at like a watch party. Like it was a very few cast members there. What happened?
See, what happened was, so it was a bunch of us in the room watching, and Cam was talking really loudly to one of my friends, and I could have sworn she was talking about me. I don't know.
We're in the room?
Yeah. So you were like, you said some things about Bananas, and at that point I was with Bananas. And like, you know,
what did I say about him?
I have literally no idea. His name came up a few times, and then I thought that you were speaking loudly so I would hear, and I'm like, I'm not gonna back down from this.
Really?
Yeah. So
I don't remember talking about him, honestly.
That could have been all in my head. I mean, I was honestly from the second.
But why? What was the tension before even walking into that room? It was because of the elimination.
The elimination.
Got
because
you.
I carried that with me while everybody else moved on. I said hi to everybody else in that room except for you when you walked in. And I was like, oh my God, she's here. So I was pretty much on edge that whole entire time. I heard one thing or like one trigger word, and I was like, say it to my face, and that's how that started. You almost beat my ass outside.
Oh my God.
She almost beat my ass.
Honestly, I remember talking about nobody, because how I am, like I really don't talk about people. Like I just be chilling. I just want to watch the episode.
Oh, you know what it was? You were like, oh, that's how Bananas is with the rookies. Like something about Bananas and the rookies.
Got you.
That's
okay.
what it was.
That's,
and then I was
just
like,
just a comment.
It was just a comment
that's
like
how
that.
he is with the rookies.
That you might have not thought anything of it, but for me, like I was like literally
you
with
were
him.
a rookie, so it's like, are you talking about me?
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
you.
So then that kind of all happened, and everybody had to calm us down. You wanted to take me into the bedroom.
I was just like, look, because for me, like whenever if it comes down to it, if somebody is like, you know, if somebody want the smoke, I'm like, all right, well look, we don't gotta do this in front of people. We can go. There's another room right there. We can go downstairs. You don't gotta disrespect nobody. At the reunion, you was like, who asked for permission to find? I'm like, I do. I do. I'm gonna ask you very politely. Can we go over here? But I'm happy we didn't. Though I'm happy we did not take it there, because we probably wouldn't have been here.
No, we definitely wouldn't have been here. I mean, but I'm happy where we are today. But we'll get to that. We will get to that. Do you think y'all are a lot alike? That's why you clashed initially. Love y'all. I feel like the reason why we clashed initially was because she voted me in. It's as simple as that. But now that I've got to know her, we are a lot alike.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Especially like being up close and personal with each other. I think our work ethic is very similar. Like we literally work, you know, even with us now, like just having our YouTube channels and getting those to grow, like we're just as passionate about that. So it's like, it's really dope. And like, shout out to you for being ambitious and, you know, getting your stuff done.
I think you should surround yourself with people who have the same goals and the same energy as you, because then you're just gonna get further. Don't hang out with anybody that holds you back, and this one does not hold me back. We filmed so many videos.
I had literally a whole itinerary.
Literally.
And I stayed so organized. She was like,
keeps
what
me
the
on
hell?
Track. That's what I love about her.
Who would win the fight if you two fought?
You? How many inches? You have inches on me, and I'm not talking about hair. You got inches on me. All right, she would be my ass. Period.
Girl, I went a lot. Okay, I went a lot.
Well, see, I'm real. If I'm gonna lose a fight, I'm gonna admit to it.
But at least, like, the thing that I like about you, at least you ain't scared. You get what I'm saying? If it's I can at least respect that.
How do you think you two would do as partners on the challenge? By the way, love you queens immensely.
Aw, I think we would do good. One, because like I kind of have like a reputation in the challenge now to where people know like I'm not scared to go in. You know, going into the challenge my first season, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I want to mess up my hair. So people will probably think like you're like
that
too
I'm like
bougie,
that.
and you're like, I don't want to do that. But she's actually a good competitor.
I mean, like I give myself props with that. I think with her, she has the brain, she has the brawn, she has everything. I'm still coming into my own, but I feel like for my rookie season, I thought I did a good job. So you never know.
If you give 100%, that's all I care about. Win or lose, like I won't be mad. Just if you gave it all, cool, because so will I. And you always like cheer on your teammate, and you always push your teammate to strive to be the best, and that's what I love. And like you said, you don't have to be the best, but as long as you give your best, and that's what I've seen other partners that don't do that, and their teams crumble. You're
don't
right,
do that,
honey.
Don't do that.
That happens.
But not with you.
Not with me. Your question is, do you feel like going on Dr. Phil helped you realize things about yourself, or did it negatively affect you?
I feel like a little bit of both. I feel like I definitely learned a lot about myself, but also putting a relationship on blast isn't always the best idea.
No, it is not.
Lesson learned.
No, it's not.
And I'm learning from my friends, not to name any, that sometimes it's just best to keep your relationship private, because the more people know
forget,
about
but they don't.
Yeah, they don't forget the problems that you guys go through. You might get over it the next day, but your friends and the fans do not. So it's just what it is. I'm learning from my friends every day, right, Kim?
Yeah. No, but you know, I'm good at keeping stuff separate. I'm just like, look, are you happy? All right, if you happy, I'm happy. Cool.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
It's full of secrets. Ask her what really bothered her about your plan on Final Rick.
What bothered me? I got put into elimination. What do you mean what bothered me? One thing. Okay, so the one thing that I remember.
Losing bothered you, or the fact that you got put in? Because I feel like you're the type to prove yourself.
Yeah, I definitely knew that as a rookie, like I had to prove myself. That's a common thing. But one thing that Cam said when I came into the house, and I'll never forget it, she was like, your alliance starts in the room you sleep in. And I slept right next to her.
Yeah.
So for her to put me in, I was like, what do you mean?
But you never talked to us. After a while, you did not talk to us. I did not.
And that had a lot to do with who I was associated with.
I know.
And that was unfortunate for me, because I feel like if I wasn't associated with this person, that I probably would have gotten further. And if I listened to you guys and actually had more girl time, I probably
that was a mistake that I made my very first season. I was like, nah, I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah.
It made me work harder, not smarter. Like your room, that matters so much. Like this season, War of the Worlds 2, like my room became my alliance.
Yeah.
Like, so take advantage of that.
Yeah. Did y'all like each other in the challenge house prior to Angela being sent in? Well, definitely. First of all, I knew Cam before going on to the challenge. So we followed each other on social media.
We were like social media friends.
Yeah, we were. Like, I thought she was beautiful.
Same.
She was from the MTV family. I instantly connect with a lot of MTV people.
I'm like, is she from the Bad Girls Club? Like, what? I used to be watching Bad Girls Club growing up. I was like, I got no sleep because I know back of my pots and pans.
But I felt like I connected with her on many levels. We had both done TV.
Yeah.
When you're in TV, it's hard to know who to trust and who not to trust. And I was
good friends with your ex. Why am I good friends with all the guys that you date? Like, I really am.
But yeah, you are really good friends with Derek. So going into the house, we slept in the same room.
But we met through Tyranny.
We did meet through Tyranny.
We met through Tyranny.
Yeah, shout out to Tyranny.
Yeah.
She got some big things coming or whatever.
She does. And we just never got to meet each other face to face. I feel like if we would have,
it would have been way different. It would have been way different. But we did sleep in the same room in the challenge house, like we said. But unfortunately, I started a relationship with somebody that a lot of people didn't like, and I kind of secluded myself and thought that, even though I did like him a lot, that was very genuine. I thought that he could carry me pretty far at the same time, and I was like, oh, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that did not work out for me. So lesson learned.
That's why sometimes you gotta team up with your girls.
No, lesson learned. It's all about girl power.
I know. My question is, Cam, would you love to see Angela back on the challenge again? And can you convince Angela to do the challenge again? I really want to see you guys on the show. Yes, are you coming back?
Oh.
Are you coming? Like, do you want to, like, just to really do it again? And like, what kind of theme or format would you want to see if you were back?
Oh my God, there's so many different themes that I've watched in the past that I would love to see. I would love to see bloodlines. I would love to see exes.
Oh, would it be you and your sister?
Yeah, my
Y'all
sister's
Bad
a
Girls
beast.
Club together too, right?
Yeah, she's a beast. But right now, I'm just focusing on my business at home. That's what's priority right now, is getting my life settled and building something outside of reality TV. Because guess what? Reality TV ends for everybody eventually. And what do you do? So I'm so blessed to be surrounding myself with people like Cam who have the same goals as me. And it's just,
thank you.
That pretty much goes into what are some things y'all admire about each other. We have the same goals. You're very business oriented. You're nice. You don't let my beef with anybody else affect our friendship. And that's the #1 thing, because I'm always scared. You know how those girls, some girls are so catty and like have that high school mindset, like, oh, you don't get along with my friend, so I can't talk to you. Like, she is not like that. She separates everything, and I really admire her for that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely admire a lot of things about you as well.
Yeah.
Probably the #1 thing would definitely be your work ethic, because to be a person that wakes up every morning and you're driven and you're motivated to get to your goals, like you're a motivation. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's just really amazing that you're like that. Girl, I freaking admire your beauty. I be up under all her comments on Instagram. Like, how is you real? Like, how do you look like that? You know, like, I definitely admire that. And another thing about you is that I think you're always like honest with just how you feel about whatever situation. Like, if you're gonna tell a story, you're like, look, this is how it went from my perspective and my point of view, and this is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And like, you're definitely real with that. You're not afraid of your feelings, you know, when it comes time to address them. So
well, that's like to a fault. I feel like you balanced me out though. Like, you're starting to like teach me that like not everything has to be put out there at the same time. So there's a nice balance to everything. So be ready for this duo, okay? Because you're not ready right now.
No.
Trust and believe.
Advice for girls and women dealing with the body image issues.
That's tough, because I'm still dealing with like
girl, we
issues.
all do.
Yeah,
I think we all do. I can sit here and name a million things that I'm like, I don't like love on myself, but sometimes for me, when I wake up, the things that I've hated the most the day before, like I wake up the next morning like love. You gotta love your flaws first, you know?
It's all about having confidence and like knowing that like there's some things that you just can't change, and just embracing them. And once you can do that, everything becomes so much easier. Who cares if people don't like your hair or your like anything, as long as you love it and you feel good about it. Just
and do it for yourself. Don't make any changes because you want like to be accepted by anybody else, a boyfriend, your family, like nobody. If you want to get a new wig or whatever. Like, do it for you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't do it because, all right, like, I want to feel validated through that person's eyes. Like, no, like, do it for yourself. Put yourself first. Be selfish. Sometimes that's one of my biggest flaws, because I'm like, I always put myself first.
Yeah.
But I think for me, a lot of people always ask me, like, why are you so confident? Like, it's not that I'm so confident. It's just like, I put myself first. I know my flaws. Can't nobody tell me nothing about myself that I don't already know.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Well, I second that.
Yes.
No one could say it better than Queen Cam. The next questions, I'm gonna do 2 from her because she's a Big Brother competitor. Shout out to Kemi. She was just on this latest season.
Nice.
So she's super cute, and she asked me, are there any redeemable men in the MTV world? No. Short answer, no. I do not recommend it.
Like, who sis? Run, sis.
No.
You ain't gonna have no fun, sis. You gonna look dumb, sis.
It's over for you, sis. You're gonna wind up on Dr. Phil's. I am so happy with where I'm at right now.
God.
But it is really hard dating on reality TV, especially the MTV guys. All shade to you guys. I'm sorry. It has been a nightmare.
Listen, from the moment I done walked in the MTV doors, y'all done seen everything has just been a freaking train wreck when it came to my dating life. So
just don't bother with them.
Girl, listen.
Girl, no. And she asked one more. If y'all could pick your teams for the challenge, would you go back? If we could pick teams, would you?
If I can pick my own team, like who I work with?
Yeah, like, because, you know, they're always kind of like assigned to us. Would you think that would be like an advantage for everyone to pick their own teams? Like, when has there been a challenge that you've picked your own teams?
I don't know. I just feel like with the challenge, sometimes it doesn't even, you don't even have to be paired with somebody that's like strong and can win all the challenges.
Matter.
You can win just by knowing how to politic. You can get far in the game by knowing how to talk to people. It's so many different ways to know how to win, by playing a physical game, a social game, a mental game. It's so many different ways. You just got to find out what you're good at and do it yourself.
And sometimes it depends on the format too, because for my rookie season I had it really easy as far as I'm concerned, and sometimes it's really hard, so it just depends on the format, how eliminations are set up and all that. So sometimes you don't even know. You might think that you have a great partner in the beginning and you're choosing the strongest guy.
I don't want no partner, to be honest. I don't. I like being by myself, because I don't, like, if I'm a win, I want to know I did that myself. And if I'm gonna lose, I want to know, okay, that happened because of me, not because, I was paired with so-and-so, if they would have done better, and, Cam, you made me lose. Like, no. I would rather just take all my accountability upon myself.
Exactly. I always talk about my elimination because I don't have that much experience on the challenge. I have one season, but that's another example how, like, my partner got injured, and it's like, it was a partner challenge. Like, I couldn't do anything about it, but if I was alone, could I have gotten further? Maybe not. You never know. So I definitely agree. Maybe being not partnered is the best route. So
I agree. How'd you guys squash the beef? I think she's obsessed with, like, people that were born on November 3rd, because here I am, your boyfriend, Nelson, November 3rd, and I would definitely say Nelson is the reason why we squashed the beef.
Sure. It happened right after the reunion, too. So after we got done yelling at each other on stage, and you don't even know this story, but let me just tell you. So,
it did happen right after the reunion.
Right after. So I was with Faith. We were in the car and we were meeting up with Nelson, and we were driving past him, and we were like, who is he with? And he was standing next to you, and I was like,
where, in the reunion?
No, after, when we all went out for drinks.
Yeah. We went to the club?
Yes. Okay. So then I pull up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to fight this girl. I'm so tired. So then Nelson, he's like, I need you to talk to Cam. You know, this is my sister. Like, I need you guys to get along. Like, please do it for me. And, like, I love him, so I'm gonna do anything for him. I remember walking up to you, and you were like this, looking down at me. You were looking down at me, and I was like, Cam, come on, you know. It's fine. It's over. It's done.
Everybody else was like, can you talk to me? I'm like,
no. You were not having it.
Then she came up to me, and she was like, I'm like, oh my God.
Please.
She reached out for a hug. I'm like, get over here.
Yeah, and then we were fine. And then we slowly started to get back into, like, following each other on social media and doing all that. It's not like we were, like, best friends the next day. So this took a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it's not something that happened overnight.
And I also like to point out, like, I respect that when women can put their beef and just like leave it in the past, because men do it all the time. I just love the fact that as women we can be united and squash our stuff too, because guys sometimes they will fight, scrap it out, then they'll be like, all right bro, we good, cool. So like I like that it wasn't like, prolonged. We can do it too.
And we did that. Look at us now.
Yes. What made you guys want to link up? By the way, you two are queens. Well, thank you.
Thank you. I know, she's ruining our video. No, we're filming right now. Obviously we have similar passions, and I have never hung out with Cam one-on-one like this before.
No, this is
like brand new. And it's like, at first it's like you worry, like, are you guys going, is it going to be awkward at first? Like, what are you going to talk about? And honestly, the first second I saw her, I was like, give me a hug. It was just like an instant thing. We're like finishing each other's sentences all day, which is kind of
crazy.
Which is kind of weird. But we're so much alike. So I'm really glad that Nelson brought us together, but I'm also glad that we were able to squash the beef, because it takes more than a person saying, okay, you guys got to be friends.
We actually did that. We actually did that. Like, I think that's dope. The fact that we're kind of like on the same path and trying to do the same thing. Sometimes the best way to succeed with our passion is to come together with like-minded individuals. For sure. So happy that we did that.
And now we're here. What is your most embarrassing memory? Well, mine was when Cam voted me in. Final reckoning.
Here we go. Take a shot every time she talks about me voting her in.
I think mine was just every time I make an ass out of myself on TV, it's the most embarrassing. But I learn everything. I learn something new every single time. So, what's your most embarrassing moment?
Oh God, like TV moment?
Whatever. I mean,
I've been embarrassed a lot from day one. I've been embarrassed anytime I've been in any situation that involves my heart. Me getting my heart broken, because sometimes that's super embarrassing. But like, I kind of like that it's televised, because it just made me realize, like, all right, well, this happens to way more people than just me. You know, and. Like, I just love sometimes the support that I get from other women when they reach out to me. They're like, yo, how did you get over it? Because I'm still struggling with it. I'm like, girl, you are? Because I've been saying goodbye. Thank you, next. Turbo or Jordan? Turbo.
Shade, no shade. Team Turbo. Pussy chicken. That's my new favorite insult.
I love chicken.
I've been starting fights with people just to call them a pussy chicken.
Oh my God,
Turbo.
I'll go on Team Turbo. That's my dog. All right, and the last question, ironically, it is, how do you get ready for a girls' night out?
Let me just tell you. We actually filmed that whole thing for you guys.
Yes, we did. So the link is in the description box. It's down below.
That was an easy question.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Comment so we get some feedback on this. Like this video and subscribe to both of our channels. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys. Mwah.
Woo!